Greetings all, peace and many, many blessings to you. It is Taniyah TP, or the Perspective Dealer here, bringing you a full moon in Libra video. We're going to do a collective reading, and I'm just going to talk because that's what I do best. Well, I do plenty of things best, but that's one of them. So I just want to first jump into themes, and I learned about this from someone on Instagram, Earth Maiden. I'm going to get her name right. But we love her and she's amazing. And I love the astrological tips that she posts. So she was talking about how there was some transit that was happening around October 14th. I believe it was a Pisces new moon. Regardless, whatever the transit was that I'm not remembering, it happened on October 14th or October 13th. And she had encouraged us through that reel on Instagram to go back and look at your photos, look at your notes, just whatever. Go back and reminisce and find out what it was that you were doing or hoping for or dreaming about during that time period of October 13th or October 14th, 2023. And then looking at that come full circle, right? Then I have the pattern app that tells you about your astrological transits and how they relate to certain patterns that are going on in your life. And the themes that I'm seeing a lot for the Libra full moon is like releasing what doesn't serve you in past relationships. And when I say what doesn't serve you in past relationships, I'm talking about your own attitudes, your own reactions, your own whatever, and getting that out so that you can really meet with your most desired partner. Because it's just, y'all heard the magic in the air. To meet your most desired partner. It's about that merging, that coming together. And it is in a romantic sense. Like, it's talking about the romantic partner. So even if you have more relationship experiences with platonic partners in this time, it's still guiding you and leading you to the romantic one, because a relationship is a relationship is a relationship. You're still learning, you're still loving, you're still experiencing, and those learning and lessons and experiences all, build you up to attract you to the person that you want to be with. And I think that this time period is showing you more about yourself, right? Helping you to learn yourself so that you can merge with those that you really want to connect with, merge with those that you really want to tap in with. I'll talk about my own personal experience a little bit. You can skip it if you want. I'll be putting in the little time markers, so for each element. But for me, it's definitely been, it's been some experiences, it's been some learning, and I feel like a lot of it is me having to give myself grace, because a lot of times I felt stupid, and low-key, that's what I be calling Libras. So it's just, respectfully, I don't really call them all stupid because that's not my true opinion of them. I do think that sometimes they can be a little bit dippy. And I think that this has been my experience. I was literally holding on to something with someone because their neck smelled good. I also have a Pisces Venus. So a part of that delusion, you live and you learn. This time period has been me shedding shame for my desires. I did a coochie talk on that. Please go watch it. And shedding shame for my desires, as far as allowing people to see me in the experience of telling them what I want, and being okay with letting someone know what I want, and also being okay with when I express what I want, if that person isn't willing to give that or be okay with that, I release you. Bye. Because I'm going to get what I want. And I used to have a lot of shame in that. Like, oh, what I want should make everyone feel good. Who life is this? So I think that this time period has really been ushering me into that. And then I also had a cold come through. I had a little tickle in my throat. And I had a couple people I was like having conversations with and things like that. And don't you know, I supported my own self when it came to me getting the things that I needed to help my healing. And I feel like if anybody is showing their interest in me, if I'm not at my tip-top shape, I would feel like you should be rushing and running to make sure that I have what I need so that my body is supported when it comes through my healing. And then that kind of just canceled out whoever I was chatting with, because what? And though I love to take care of myself, I adore myself, I love myself, I honor myself. If there's going to be anybody that I'm sharing myself with, and when I say share myself, I'm not talking about the body. I'm literally even just talking about conversation, even the fact that you have my number and you can reach me type of thing. There's going to be some type of symbiotic support, some type of love, some type of something being felt there. And that's what I want from my person, because that's what I would do. I'm a healer. So yeah, when it came time for the healer to be healed, and she healed herself, but there were people around that were saying that she's interested in her, baby, get yeah. So that's been my spiel on love, but really open to it. I feel like if it's not the love letters, love, I'm here for all the deep romance, like the deep crashing, running into each other And then, but the crashes, they might sound boom, but then they turn into glitter and they're soft and they fall. And that's the type of love that I want, that run into you love. But when that run into you love hits, it's soft. But I think the running into part just comes from the passion that I'm desiring, that deep, whatever. Let me not get too far off in the reading. Well, as you can see, some of that, this relationship energy has been coming through with me, and romantic relationship energy. Okay, romantic relationship energy, learning my patterns, learning myself, detaching from any ideas of what I thought that I want before so that I can really tap in with my desires. So now that I got that off, let's tap in with y'all. So the collective reading, I really want to go into just love matters. But my only question is going to be to tell me about love, to tell me about relationships. And we are going to start with the air signs because it's a Libra full moon. So, yeah. And also, y'all, my deck, my Orisha deck. We have said goodbye. She has moved on from me. And letting go has also been really, really like present within my life. And I'm getting better with it. I'm getting more comfortable with it. I'm seeing more examples of it in my life so that I see, okay, it looks like this. It's not that hard for that person. I can do it too. And then I lose like my malachite stone, which means a lot to me, but it's okay because it shall be, whatever. And I say lost, but again, I think there's a really important thing to be said when something moves on from you, whether it's stolen, whether it's lost, whether it's misplaced, whatever it is, like it's for a reason. Yeah, it'll find its way back to me or it won't. But I do have my first deck ever. This is the first tarot deck I ever had and used in Portland. And I've been getting calls to wear Portland. So it's just very, very important. All right. Beautiful deck. Show me about love. Peace and many, many blessings to you. Thank you so much for existing. I give thanks for my ability to receive and share divine insight. Okay, we give thanks to the spirit guides. We give thanks to the tarot gatekeeper. We give thanks to myself, my ancestors. And may whoever needs to come through for the validity and clarity of this reading, may they come through with ease and love for the highest and best good of everyone involved. Thank you. That King of Cups was sitting. So tell me about love. Tell me about love for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. What's going on in love during the Libra full moon? Okay, we'll let that one go. Here we are. The Nine of Cups came out first for the air signs. And then we had these two, the Two of Swords in reverse, and then the Queen of Swords came out together. And then we have the High Priestess coming through. So if we're talking about love for the air signs, it's like, honor me. And I love that for you, queens and kings. So what I'm seeing with the Nine of Cups, it was like smug looking at all your options. Like, yeah, I got this one and that one, and this one does this for me, and that one does that for me, and and then it just kind of became the other side of that, where you're like, I got all these people around, but they ain't making me feel like so smug. It's like, now I feel like I'm losing more than I'm gaining, and not necessarily losing, but you just started to not see the emotional balance between what you were receiving and what you were giving to others. It's like, huh, do I even like what's in these cups? So that's like this coming to this realization of friendships and relationships that's been coming to you. Like, maybe these are not it. All of these cups seem cool. So it's like a relationship cycle is being completed where you funnel through all of them. So maybe it's not that every single person was there present at one time, but there was a time where you had these people doing these things for you and it made you happy. Like you were okay with that. And now it's like, oh, I want more. We have the Two of Swords in reverse and then the Queen of Swords. I'm looking at somebody who has options, but she's not looking at them. She has options, but she's not looking. She's not even trying to touch them. She's kind of okay being blindfolded. And with that being reversed, again, this coming to this clarity, not only is it coming through in emotions, it's coming through in the passions. It's like, wait, hold on. Let me see. So it's like you are intentionally making yourself a part of the choosing, right? Intentionally putting your intention behind who you attract. I'm getting hot. So I know it's truth in that, okay? There's like clouds that are being opened up to you, starting to really see what you deserve, really see what you want to attract, really see the type of people that you want in your life, especially when it comes to your mate, especially when it comes to your partner. The Queen of Swords, yeah, she's not playing. She's not playing. She's out. She's confident. And then she's rooted in her decision. She's rooted in her knowing. And she's confident that her partner exists. She's confident that not only that the partner exists, but that she can serve in a relationship just as much as they can, right? She's comfortable in a relationship because she knows that she can serve just as much as they can. They exist because she does, and she knows that. And that's when we get the high priestess energy. And for me, this is just coming through as mass attraction. Like mass attraction. Not only is she going to attract what she needs, but it is going to form an orb around her to be supportive. Okay, and then it also makes me think of the feminine and masculine coming together. When I tell you I'm getting chills as I'm doing this, the feminine and masculine coming through together to form the Holy Trinity, that's one. But then the high priestess energy just comes with high respect, mad intuition, mad confidence that she just knows. Okay. Oh, I pulled out this thing and I'm like, oh, there's no cards in here. Guess y'all don't want that. Guess the spirit don't want to talk to y'all, but spirit always wants to talk. When it comes to the air signs and love, what games are y'all playing when it comes to getting what you deserve in love and knowing yourself and knowing your patterns? And then she got this scroll right here. It's like, these are my demands. These are my rules. And not even demands because you're going to listen. I feel like demands is like, I'm going to tell you this because you might. But no. Oh my gosh. Just upright. Just clear channel. Just attracting what she needs. Just in touch with her femininity. Just, ooh. So can I get a support card when it comes to love for the air signs? Because I'm getting excited up in here. Let me slow down. Let me calm down. Let me soften up. But I love that my doorbell has been supporting me. Anger. I can see some of this. It might have pissed you off that you had some of these experiences that you had, but you really have to go back and look at how much you learned from the experiences, right? Try not to let anger harden you from receiving what you want to receive. And yeah, when it comes to those demands, I have a sister, a friend. She's like, who's going to want to approach you with boxing gloves? And remember that, air signs, when it comes to meet your mate, who want to be approaching you when, you know what I'm saying, when you looking like that? I don't want to. I want to approach somebody that's like, oh. So do with that what you may. But then also when it comes to anger, I want to read the message from the book. A very strong and primal emotion, anger, sometimes catches us by surprise. At other times, it seems just under the surface, simmering along until it boils over, scalding anyone who is close. Anger is based in fear. Fear of loss of control, fear of not being loved, fear of being judged, fear of not being enough. When anger enters your life, be it yours or someone else's, go beneath the surface and try to address the real fear that has triggered it. This relationship path was you undressing your fears, meeting with them, saying hi to them, and soothing them. And then it could also be what's needed to do so that you can tap into the high priestess energy. I just want to say that I'm proud of you, though. I'm really, really proud of you. Okay, air signs. Let's move on from the air and go to the water. Tapping into what the water signs are experiencing in love during this Libra full moon. Shuffle one more again. Wands. And in love for the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We had the star come out first. And then we have the Five of Swords in reverse. And then the last batch that I thought was going to be just a couple wound up being 4. So we're going to roll with it. The Six of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Fool in reverse, and then the Ace of Swords. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If I just start from the star, something's blooming, something's fed you. We have new, renewed energy. We're feeling sourced from something, right? Okay, being vulnerable, like stepping out new in the world, feeling new. Maybe you started like new routines and it's just like, oh, like, and pouring out. If I were to become a star, why would I need water? If I were to become a star, why would I need water? Then I would need air. Then I would need fire. Then I would need da-da-da. So it's like you're emptying out the resource that you emptying out the resources you no longer need in order to become what it is that you really desire. To become rejuvenated. Rejuvenated. And then the Five of Swords in reverse to me, it's about putting someone on punishment. Like you are happy to scorn someone else. That made you feel good before. And now that energy is like, I don't really want to put my energy into revenge. The energy that I'm putting into holding revenge over someone else It's like, now I have to be there. Now I have to watch. Now I have to make sure that they're being tortured and things like that. That's a lot of your energy that's being put into someone that you don't like or want to punish or want to this. So take that power back. Take your passion back. Take that energy back from them. I think that's what you've been doing. And then we have the Six of Cups. It's very motherly. We're going to have what we need and we're going to share it. So when I see you emptying out the resources and taking your energy back to now share them with someone that you deem worthy, yes, this could look like you showing up for someone else's child as a mother, being pregnant, and just also taking on roles of nourishment. Taking on roles of nourishment, like you're just ready to give, letting a lot of hate go, letting a lot of like things that used to frustrate you mentally, a lot of releasing and letting that go so that you can show up and be available to this, right? If you are showing up available to torture and watch someone else be in pain, how are you going to be that same person who can nurture and love as in full presence? I'll say it's like, I'm going to put down one of these things so I can become the something that nurtures someone else. And then, like I was talking about being new, or yeah, use it in the right order. Then we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about going off and getting started and being on a new mission, but more so about making sure that you have what you need before you go. Something to hold on to. It's like a primal factor. What are you preparing yourself for? What are you readying yourself for when it comes to love? Yeah, is there a child present? Is there a child being wanted? And then we have the Fool journey. There's almost resistance with the Page of Wands and the Fool. Excuse my voice, y'all. I'm healing. When I see the Page of Wands, I think of someone who's like, okay, kind of like accepting the path, accepting the duty, but it could just be rooted in some type of survival instead of rooted in that. So when you are off starting your new loves and new relationships and trying to connect with your one, make sure that you know what you want at root. Make sure you know your foundation and don't move off on things, or don't be so afraid. This is telling me don't move off on things until you're sure, and this is telling me don't be so afraid to move, because the Fool isn't afraid. But I have some fearful energy, especially around love. And then we have we have another Ace coming through. So there's just a lot of resistance in what you want to do because you're scared. And you might be scared because you feel like you won't be loved as hard again. And you will be, and better. And in a more nurturing way that's more conducive to your growth as a whole being, not just a human. You see, if you release that fear, you'll be only getting yourself even more ready. You have this star-like energy that's allowing you to thrive off of sources that you no longer thrive off of sources that you didn't even know you had access to, so that you can put away some of the pain and hurt, so that you can give in another way, so that you can really contemplate foundations that it is that you want with another person without being afraid to start something new with another person. And then you can have that crown and glory. But you have to see it for yourself. Allow the clarity in your mind to see it for yourself. But I do see that it's just a time of learning and unfolding, and a time of really knowing yourself and trusting yourself. And even just letting go of past things that could have held you back before. And then what comes out is perception, new beginnings, and death. So when I say getting rid of fear, you got to let that go. Because when I see the Death card, I think of ending. We're talking about cycles that need to end. It's present. And then new beginnings, also present. When we talk about endings and new beginnings, they are present together usually. What did I say? When one door closes, another one opens. And it's just ushering in. So it's something about you and finding that one, or picking that one, and having a nice rooted foundation within it. But you're scared. And it's all about your perception. So make sure that you're not using the past perceptions of what things should have been to this new one, when you know what you want now, when you know how you want to be treated now, when you know what you deserve. The past perceptions of you have left relationships, and they're thinking about the pain and the hurt and the this and the that. Don't allow her or him to be present in this decision making, because I think that's what's causing the conflict. That's what's causing the disarray. Let the end so that the begin can begin. Water signs. Let's go to fire now. I should do fire signs first because it's Aries season. Happy birthday to the Aries. Whew, my Mercury is in Aries, so I talk just like y'all. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would guess that I was in Aries. But all right, fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's tap into love for the fire signs. Right. quite a few things came out. So starting off with strength, the strength card comes out for the fire signs. Then the 8 of Wands, talking about these thoughts, all right? Then the 8 of Pentacles, 8's coming through, boom, 5 of Cups. And that's crazy because the 8th card is strength. So we got 8's coming through heavy for the fire signs. Let me know if that resonates with you. 5 of Cups, and then the Lovers. Have y'all been cozied up, fire signs? Are y'all cozied up and contemplating or just reminiscing? So with the strength card, it shows me forgiveness, your ability to forgive someone, to forgive yourself, to shine out in the world. But really just forgiveness is coming through strong for me. But make sure that nobody is taking advantage of your strength when it comes to that. So your strength to heal, provide, protect, to love forever type of thing. When I say love forever, I'm talking about unconditionally. So you've been tapping into that unconditional love, and more so maybe facing yourself, like the beast looking at the woman, the beast looking at the man, and like that being that the strength to calm your animalistic desires with the desires of, you know, the spirit being. Then we have the 8 of Wands, and that just comes through with thoughts to me. So your thoughts maybe been swirling about what you want. Thoughts are swirling about what you want, but it may be just an imbalance about it, because there are some things that make sense for what you believe and some things that don't make sense for what you believe in. When I go about beliefs and strengths, it's really digging deep within your side, digging deep within inside yourself. There we go. To find the strength, to hone in, and to even flush out, to hone in on what you want, or even the strength to flush out what you don't. But it takes wisdom, it takes knowledge, it takes strength to realize, oh, I don't want this, let me cut it off. I don't want this, let me get it out my sphere. Because if you know what you want, you got to make room for what you want. I'll talk about that. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Is somebody keeping you around just because they got some money? Like you feel like you can build with them, but only because of that factor? Because that's not true. It's more than a material to focus on. And it could also be, yeah, I'm just getting that there may be some dependency with somebody who is taking care of you in some type of financial way. They're giving you financial support. And maybe that's what's causing the thoughts in the spin. Like, wait, I thought that I wanted most somebody who could take care of me. And while I do, money isn't the only way that someone can take care of me, type of thing. So it's like coming to those realizations, and it really do take some strength to come to those things. Because it's like, oh, the money isn't all that matters. I want more. And then we have the 5 of Cups about crying over spilled milk. And that's so interesting to see in the fire signs, because usually they're like punch over spilled milk. I'm just kidding. I know that was very stereotypical. So what happens when you cry over spilled milk is you are no longer present to see what's actually available to you. You see these 3 spilled cups with these 2 shining ones that are just ready to be seen, ready to be loved, ready to be appreciated, and to have awareness on them. And there's too much things on what you have lost. So wasted time, which doesn't truly exist. We can talk about that later. There's no such thing as wasting time, because you learn through that. And I think it's ungrateful to say that you wasted time. Anyway, there is no time wasted. Don't cry over that. There's no emotions wasted. Don't cry over that. There's no money wasted. Don't cry over that. You ain't waste no strength. Don't cry over that, baby. You needed all of that. It all helped you. It all took you to where you are. It made you feel how you feel now, so that you can do what? Attract the partner that you want, because you know what it feels like to not want something. And then you'll also know what it feels like to want something. And right after that, we have the Lover. So I think as soon as you open your eyes, as soon as you digest what you need to digest, and, you know, shed what you need to shed, release what you need to release, you will come into that one. And I feel like it'll be divinely supported. I feel like I know that it'll be divinely supported, because everything that works out for you in the best way is always divinely supported. And it always comes in divine timing. So just like let it happen. That person who will hold you and study you and look at you, and it's going to just feel divine, like a burst of energy and love, and no confusion associated with it. So that is present for the fire signs, and I love that for y'all. Wow, as soon as you get done crying over that spilled milk, as soon as you release those old ideas of what a relationship should be, you run into that one. Is there any support for the fire signs? I feel like that was very clear. Oh, creativity came through. Creativity, let the waters flow. Allow yourself to imagine, allow yourself to dream. Get that dream lover so you don't have to dream no more. Oh, that's what wants to come out. Creativity. We got 3 cups that's crying over spilled milk in one card, and then we got 3 cups that is just all filled in each other right up. So when I think about that, for real, truly and honestly, I'm thinking about partnership that is feeding. Like there's the person, and then there's a relationship. So the partnership is feeding the whole. And the water is just flowing because that's what it is. When you focus on making yourself whole, you connect with another person that's whole. And then y'all just got a whole ass divine relationship. So tap into that divinity, do the work that you have to do, allow yourself to give yourself grace when it comes to crying over spilled milk, and then teach yourself to no longer do that so that you can really unite, really tap in, really merge with that one. Fire signs. Thank you. Thank you. And lastly, but definitely not leastly, we're going to go to the earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What's happening for love with my earth signs? What are the earth signs experiencing in love right now during the Libra full moon? The moon came out in reverse. The Lovers, Nine of Wands, Queen of Cups. I miss the water so much, that's why I'm smiling. Seven of Wands in reverse. And then the moon in reverse. This is a passion of yours, but you're not, like, it's a want of yours, but you're not quite yet open to receive it. It's a want, it's a passion, but there's something that's blocking the meeting of the two right now. It's almost like walking through a graveyard of your exes, but like trying to pick up the qualities that you liked from the exes and like, okay, like that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. So not that you're wanting to go back to any of the people in your past, but it's like certain qualities you appreciated when you were with these people. And it's okay to walk through that graveyard, to have those thoughts and to, pick on those passions and things like that. But what you want to do is when you know that you like the experience, you just take away that emotion, or you take away that adjective of the person and not the whole person, not the whole experience, not the whole energy. So if you had somebody who was really kind, then you'll just boop, kindness, that's what I like. Not that person's kindness, or not the way that that person exhibited kindness to me. No. So when you're in that graveyard of exes, you just pick up the qualities that you appreciated from each of the people. And then that's how we do that. I'm going to skip the Queen of Cups just for a second so I can talk about the Seven of Wands being in reverse. There's like no more anger. And I love that. There's no more anger. There's grace. There is like, when it comes to how you're navigating the old feelings or how you feel about old flames and old relationships. It's kind of just like before, there used to be anger, like, oh, I can't believe you did that to me. I want to throw this away. This doesn't matter. I hate you. Stuff like that. And the Nine of Wands is a more gentle thing because it's more about completing the cycle, more about like, okay, clean sweep. I got what I needed from each of these people, and now it's love, kindness from here, comfort from here, lessons about dependency from here. Just whatever it is, you take on the lessons without taking on the people. And then we go to that Queen of Cups energy where she's just so connected, so in flow, so in love, and she's ready to offer as much as she's ready to receive. There's a very intuitive sense about her, confidence. And when I look at the woman in the water versus the woman at the top, I don't see a difference between them two. I don't see a split between them two. I think that she's here and feels comfortable because she sees herself here. She sees herself here. And there may even be some off to travel when it comes to love. Either you go off to travel and you find someone, or during the travel you find someone. But it's something about the way that you are with the water, the way that you are with your emotions, the way that you connect, and the way that you give. That all plays a big part in your love right now, because again, you are that same type of fire sign love is coming through with here, like that compassion, that depth, that deepness, that like, I just want you, eyes on you, locked on us. So I love that. I find that beautiful. With the moon being in reverse, I think that that's what the block is. The emotions. Allow the emotions to come in about the people. Yeah, allow the emotions to come in about the people, about the experiences, about the lessons. Like some of them lessons probably really did hurt in order to learn about codependency, in order to learn joy, in order to, like, it didn't always feel good. And I think that you have to be okay with feeling the parts that didn't feel good. Be okay with feeling the parts that didn't feel good. And then what are you creating in your depth? Like what's being created in the depths of the water? And are you okay with that being seen? What's being created in the depths of the water? I think about the moon, obviously I'm thinking about femininity. And closeness. But then with it being in reverse, I just see a detachment from right now. Like you are pulling away from so much just so that you can hone in on yourself, hone in on the emotions, hone in on your collections, so that you did in turn find your one. But this energy is very present. It is the one that came first, and this came last. And I find it interesting that there are two people in love. But somebody's praying for you just as much as you're praying for them. That's what I'm getting. Someone is praying for you just as much as you're praying for them. They're praying for you just as much as you're praying for them. So allow yourself to be vulnerable when you go out in the world and you have what you need. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it. What's the worst that can happen? Literally, what's the worst thing that can happen? And then even allow that to happen in your brain so that you can move on past it. Any support for the earth signs? Okay, we have that one. I know my voice is really starting to see. Any support for the earth signs? I do have one that came out. We have discernment. This is so lovely and delicious. All of these X's could all have been decoys to show you, right? So it's for your discernment to pick, your discernment to choose, your discernment to attract. Look at all you've been granted. You had so many choices, so many experiences, so many lessons to find out what you want to bring to you. So it's discernment time. It's discernment time. And in that, dealing with your emotions again, make sure to give yourself grace while you're discerning what you want, discerning what you need. You won't know unless you try. You won't know unless you experience it. And it is okay to continue experiencing. So yeah, just use your discernment to bridge the gap between what is underground versus what you want to shine. Use your discernment to let it bloom, right? You see what's underground and then we see what's blooming. You are the one that's bridging the gap between that. Use your discernment because it is so medicinal. It is so delicious. And I bet you, babe, it's so strong. The way you tighten that muscle is to keep using it. Discernment, intuition, love, lessons. Thank you. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Okay. Wow. If you listen to my spiel in the beginning about what's been going on with me in this season, thank you so much for that. And I encourage you all to watch not only just your sun sign, because we are more than our sun signs, but pay attention to the sun, the moon, and the rising sign. I would look especially at the moon sign, especially because this is about love. It's about love. If anything resonated with you, I would love to hear how it resonated with you and where it hit you at in your body. Love that. And I would just love to have a conversation, If you so feel called, please follow me on Instagram. It is The Perspective Dealer, or it's just .tp. Then you can also follow A Conversation Z, where me and my sister go live every Friday and talk everything from A to Z. So a couple more pages where you can keep up with me. I will be doing another Coochie Talk soon. And of course, another lunation cycle comes through. I'll be here. So is this the close of the Sebek cycle? I don't know. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you. I appreciate you. And if something really hit you, or you learned something, or it just made you happy to see me, or whatever it is in your heart, if you are called to give a love donation, I will leave the information inside my description and things like that. Thank you now. Thank you always and always. Hatapu. Peace unto you. I will see you next time.